Hello Leo, welcome to Monarch Intuition, and today I'm going to be doing your November 2022 mid-monthly check-in reading for you. So I wanted to deliver a channel message before I got into the tarot reading because this was a disturbing psychic attack that happened to me last night while I was sleeping, okay? And yes, people can send psychic attacks and whatnot to people who are spiritual practitioners as a warning sign because they don't like the messages that the person is sending out, or they want the person to stop. They want, X, Y, and Z to happen to that person. So if you could, send me good vibes, good prayers, whatever. However, I'm going to decipher this message because to me, they don't scare me. They are just disturbing that someone would do that. So what happened in the dream, and it's also more of a warning message. What happened in the dream is a friend who I haven't seen in a very, very, very long time was walking down a road, and I was walking behind them. I was a good maybe 15, 20 feet behind them. I was taking pictures, and my friend got attacked by a snake. It was coiled up, and it lunged out and bit him. Now, I know for a fact the first thing that happens in a snake attack is you never run towards the snake. You should not try to catch it. You should get away as quickly as possible and take a picture of the snake and call for help. I unfortunately did the wrong thing and ran towards the person, and the snake lunged at me. That's when I woke up. Now, how you know that it is a psychic attack is because in the olden times, magicians could turn their staves into snakes. And that is why when snakes slither around, they can go and attack people in their dreams. Now, usually snakes are a symbol of regeneration, but they're also the symbol of destruction, okay? Because they can regenerate themselves by shedding their skin or shedding their scales, but at the same time, they can cause destruction by biting someone. So basically, that was a symbolic message of destruction. However, in reality, you can look at this situation and apply it to everyday life. What this means, Leo, is that because you are a loyal sign, something might happen to someone within your everyday life. Your goal is to not run and chase that, but your goal is to direct and command the situation from afar. Your goal is to never tell that person, hey, or run to that person and try to help them, especially when there is imminent danger. You need to guide them away and tell them what to do, or better yet, just use your phone, just start calling the ambulance, whatever, scroll in and take a picture of that snake. So that way you can tell them, hey, this is the anti-venom that we need. In olden times, though, the snakes can also be a symbol of healing because, Moses put his staff down when the Israelites were bitten by the snakes because God sent a plague on them because they were worshiping and they were complaining. They were worshiping false idols. So Moses put his staff down and the snake coiled up, and whoever looked at the snake was healed of their affliction. They were healed from the venom. So this is a warning message for you, Leo, that I feel like the devil, because the devil was also turned into a serpent, is going to try to afflict someone in your life to lure you to them instead of you being the piece or the king on the chessboard, because remember, all fixed signs represent the kings on the chessboard. They don't move that much. The pieces are there to protect them, and they have to move, on the occasion, one space this way, another space that way. Your goal is to command the situation of, hey, move away from that imminent danger. So it would be like if the queen moved up here and the player moved a piece over here. Like they moved a bishop, right, in this diagonal direction. Now the queen is in imminent danger from something on the board. You need to call that queen back, all right? You don't need to try to put yourself to save that queen because the whole point of chess is to protect the king itself. That's what this is, Leo. If you can command a situation from afar and move the pieces around to move them away, you'll be much better off. You don't need to put yourself in that position because if you do, you put yourself into checkmate, just like running towards that snake. All right? Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't try to help someone, but you need to be smart. When you get this really bad news, because I kind of feel like it's a tower moment, you know, a psychic attack moment, something like that, all of a sudden you're going to have like that Nine of Swords moment where all this anxiety rushes in, but your goal is to still stay calm, because that's the whole point of Leo, is to stay calm in those situations, the whole point of the fixed signs. So let's get into your message. Don't put yourself in a tower moment. You have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune coming out representing 10. This is how you change the fate of the situation right here. This is how you turn the tables on something else. Because they're going to expect you to rush in to save someone. In reality, you don't do that. Okay? Because if you do rush in to save them, that puts you in the most vulnerable position. So I'm going to clarify this Wheel of Fortune. So you do have the opportunity to turn the tables. It's not too late, but you have to have a stable mind. You have to have a calm, clear mind about that. Now, it doesn't always have to be a psychic attack. A magician can also send a message to you. That way, it's usually going to be through snakes or through a form of avian fowl. Or, yeah, avian fowl? I don't know. A bird. This deck does have reversals. I'm using the Revelations Tarot. We have the Hermit. This is what needs to be revealed to you right now. This is the message of the darkness. Do not run into the snake. You have the King of Wands in reversed. And you have the Three of Cups in reversed. That's exactly what they're trying to get you to do. Because the King of Wands, he's sitting on his throne when it's upright, but when he's in reverse, he wants to get off of his throne to go and help someone. He's kind of like a tyrant. He's like, you're all fucking idiots, let me do it myself. So he's pushing past everyone in his kingdom to go into a situation, whereas he has his pieces, he has his knights, his queen to go and do that for him. Because the whole point is not to sacrifice the other people, but to make sure, because if the king falls, the kingdom falls. Like, that's the whole point of this. The Three of Cups is that you want to rush into this Three of Cups in reverse right here, this fallen coven energy. That could be the most detrimental mistake of your life, is to rush in to help someone. So if someone is saying, well, I've done it, you should do it too, don't do that. If you see someone in imminent danger, try to command the situation of them, what to tell them what to do, just like with that snake. And it can be applied to many different things, all right, within your life. What's the Hermit energy? The Temperance with the Empress. You can command the situation at the right moment to change the fate right here. You can change the fate of the Empress. You can change the fate of the people who are around you if you do it at the right time, if you know what to do, if you keep an open mind. Because here's the thing. People should not call upon Leos to fix a situation for them until they absolutely desperately need Leo to fix that situation. Okay? That's the whole point. You go through all the other channels before you go straight to Leo to fix something, because generally Leos will fix it, but it will be in a more angelic way because it is a fire sign represented by strength, and Sagittarius represents the temperance, right? At the right moment, you can alchemize the situation by turning the water into fire, because that's the whole point of the Two Cups. The King of Wands, the Knight of Pentacles with the Sun. You need to move slowly, all right? Move very, very slowly right here. Moving slowly instead of rushing into something illuminates the dangers that are in front of you. The Three of Cups, the Prince of Cups with the Chariot. It's almost like a sniper, because if you look at the Chariot energy itself, he is sitting on this throne that's way up in the sky, right? And he has his crossbow. And he can shoot this Knight of Cups who's walking along. So you have two different knights walking along. You have this one that's very slow, very, very slow moving, because it's the slowest knight of the deck, because it's the Wells Fargo card. You know, they got to move very slowly and very carefully to protect all the money. But this one is kind of more lively. The Prince of Cups is someone who just wanders around, smells the flowers, you know, he's on his own path, he's doing his own thing. This Chariot, and this guy has his back towards the Chariot. This Chariot is about to precisely get this Prince of Wands or Prince of Cups right here, hoping that you rush in to this fallen Three of Cups. The Three of Cups upright. The Six of Knives. And the Eight of Skulls. You have to command the situation. You have to use your words to work on it. You have to move this person out by using the information that you have. At this moment, the Eight of Pentacles has to work perfectly, because remember, the Eight of Pentacles right here is also the sign of Virgo. We have the Hermit coming out as well, which is Virgo. This represents a master magician, because the Hermit is the master of magic, all right? He has retired from the position as the magician itself, and he does his own thing now. He wanders around and he provides illumination for other people. So he's left his position as the magician, but he's still one of the most powerful magical people, because he can provide clear illumination. He basically has a nuclear star inside of his lantern, all right? He basically has a piece of the sun inside of his lantern. Imagine if you could basically walk around with nuclear energy inside of a lamp. That's what the Hermit is. Use your words to move this around. The Lord of Cups, the Fool. Yeah. Moving them to a better situation, moving them to a new situation. That's ultimately what upgrades the Prince of Grails right here to the King of Cups. Moving this into the situation of the Fool, into the end, but also into a new beginning. Having them keep a stable head about themselves. The Lord of Grails is also Scorpio, so it can also represent death. Death going into the Fool, which is an ending with a restart. The Star. You have the Two of Cups with the Ace of Scepters. One more card. The Five of Pentacles, yeah. You shouldn't leave anything that you have to rush into the stars right here. The Devil. Because the Devil holds the key to poverty with the Five of Pentacles. The Devil is trying to harm someone within your life, hoping that you'll take up your Ace of Scepters, your own wand, and throw it down. Because when we look at the Two of Grails, the Two of Grails represents the staff of Caduceus, right? Which is the symbol of the two snakes crawling up the staff. So someone wants to essentially have a spiritual battle with you. And they're going to use someone else in order to do that. They're not, and it doesn't even have to be a spiritual battle. They could just use someone within your life right here and put them in harm's way, hoping that it lures you out so that way they can also get you. It's like 2-for-1 kind of deal. Kill two birds with one stone. Kill two birds with one arrow. Because they feel like if they can hurt this, something that's an emotional attachment to you, or something that you're loyal to, it will make you get off of your throne. It forces you to do so. But your goal is to not get off of your throne. Your goal is to tell other people to tell that person what to do. And if that person ends up hurt or even worse, dead, the last thing that you should go into is blind rage right here, and it puts you in a dangerous position. Yeah, the Seven of Knives puts you in a dangerous position because once again, this is the card of assassinship. Assassin work, whatever. You need to do things also sneaky in a way. Blind rage won't get you anywhere in this situation, Leo. That's the whole point. The Nine of Cups. The Judgment, yeah. Because here's the thing, Leo. You are connected to the sun. The sun is not necessarily fire. It's an energy system. It can start fires, but the sun and fire itself on this planet work on two different types of energetic systems. So, for example, if you were to throw a tsunami at the core of the sun would actually burn brighter. It would eat up all of the hydrogen. Because I believe the sun works on chemical fusion. So, that's the point right there. You could bring judgment by being very still, but also being very quiet about something. I think the whole point is to let the situation know that it's not going to work, because I don't think you care that much. You might not even care that much. Eight of Scepters, no, you do care. You want to rush in. As soon as it happens, you want to rush in. Like, this is not fair. You're going to witness a situation that is not fair happen to someone who doesn't deserve it, because remember, the Prince of Grails is someone who is just kind of like, oh, out there, you know, doing their own thing, living life, enjoying it. And Leos are usually more concerned about the hardships of life. Leos understand that. It's like the hard knocks life, right? It's going to make you really fucking angry. But you have to hold back on that. You have to hold back. You have to stay back. Because once again, they want you to rush out to that place where they know that it's not a fair fight. You have to hold them back. You have to hold down your fort. You have to put your pieces in, because if you won't go out, they have to come to you. And you have a much better position where you are. Okay? You have a much better ground where in a place where you know how to do it. Where you know the situation, where you know the area. With the Daughter of Skulls coming out. The best face you can do is act like it doesn't bother you. Continue to focus on other things. They really, really want you to come out and play with this, but... And you know what? When it happens, you're going to want to come out and play with it. You really will. You want to go out and rush and put yourself into something, but the whole point is that they're trying to get you. They don't care about this person. They're not concerned about them. They are just there. They know that if they can hurt you by doing one thing to something that you care about or someone that you care about, then it calls Leo out to play. The Eight of Grails. But you walk away from it. The Six of Cups. There it is, the snake. I don't know if you can see it. There it is, the snake bleeding into the cup. The Nine of Scepters. If you rush out to help, this happens. You put yourself in a situation to get burned at the stake. Because that's why they burned witches at the stake. Because when you think about a witch, they use their own energy system from inside their body. Like when you create fire, you rub two sticks together, right? So you're using your own energy system to create a system of new energy. So obviously fire is in almost every single type of spell work that there is. So the snake is trying to lure you out so you're in a vulnerable position with the Nine of Scepters. Yeah, you might win. Here's the thing though, Leo. You might win, but the after effects of the Nine of Scepters are never good. The Three of Scepters. So it's best for you to just wait. And that's your victory. By you not moving, by you not doing anything, by you understanding that it's just an act to get you to do whatever it is, and this could also be something along the lines of jealousy as well. Imagine if someone is trying to date you and you turn them down, and then they start dating your best friend and start hanging out with them all the time, because the whole goal is to get you. The whole goal of this situation is to just move you out of your comfort zone, so you play with fire. Because they want you to, because you are the King of Fire. That's the whole point of the King of Wands, is that it is the master magician of the minor arcana. Because we have the majors for a reason, we have the minors for a reason. The major or the minor arcana has the King of Wands, who is the master magician. He's basically the magician for the minors, all right? Because he holds the wand who can turn it into a snake. That's the whole point, Leo, is that out of all of the signs, you're the most magical of the signs, because when we talk about magic in itself, Leo is not necessarily a quote-unquote fire sign. I know I keep doing the bunny ears, but that's what you have to understand. Leo isn't necessarily a fire sign. It is an energetic sign. It is ruled by the sun. And in other languages, the sun is called soul. And what do we have? We have a soul, right? So they believe that the human soul was basically like being blessed by the sun. Like when God breathed his breath of life into Adam and Eve, he basically sparked life into them because he breathed the piece of himself. He breathed the piece of this energy into them. That is why when, say, someone dies and you try to hook them up like a couple of days later to electrical nodes to turn them back on, it doesn't fucking work, because that energy that they had inside of them is gone. When you look at certain sciences, after people die, they've even seen energy leave people's body. But that energy stays where it is, and that's why they say, oh, those are ghosts. But here's the thing, that energy can never be put back into the body. And you can never put that type of energy back into someone. So essentially that is a soul in and of itself. So if you are born under the sign of Leo, or if you have Leo heavily aspected in like your sun, your moon, your rising, whatever, you need to have boundaries right here, because they are trying to get your sun. They're trying to get your energetic system. They're trying to claim that for themselves. They're trying to get you to get off of your throne and rush into something because they know that you can fix something or that you will do something. Because when we look at the pentagram in and of itself is 4 elements underneath the light element, right? So you have water, fire, earth, and air. And then you have light, who sits at the top. Even in Roman belief system, they had a different god who was above Zeus or Zeus. Zeus ruled Jupiter, but there was a god of the sun who ruled everything. When we look at like Apollo, who was god of the sun. Leo is not necessarily blessed by fire like Aries and Sagittarius is. It's blessed by the energetic system that revolves everything else around it, okay? Or that has everything else revolving around it. That sustains life. Because regardless of whether you're growing apples or tomatoes over here, the sunlight system is still the same, because it is the ultimate energy form. So you could be growing potatoes, and this person could be, growing berries. it still needs photosynthesis. Human beings, regardless of what race, where they are around in the world, whatever, still need sunlight. They need vitamin D. Regardless of whatever it is, the sun still provides that special type of energy to a situation. And that's what you need to understand about yourself right here, is that if you are connected to that source, you don't need any other form of magic. You don't need to use water magic. You don't need to use earth magic or even pyromance. You don't need to use anything else. All you have to do is connect directly to the main thing. And that's the whole point. That's the superpower of Leo, is that it connects directly to the sun, because it is number 5. Remember the pentagram? Leo is the 5th sign. It is the 5th element. So it goes from Aries and then ends on Leo. But here's the thing. Leo is quote unquote a fire sign, but it is still, once again, not a fire sign, because the sun is not fire. It's its own type of chemical fusion that provides light that is hot, and it can spark fire, but it is not itself. It is the 5th element. You have blaze a trail and ground down. Move slowly, but still move, okay? Move slowly. Think about everything that you do right here. Don't move quickly into this. I know you want to move quickly, but you need to have stable footing. You have mischief, elf, with toad, fortune. They're trying to get the fortune, which is the energetic system. They're trying to get you to expend your energy. Oh, there is the sun. The sun is underneath the King of Wands, right here in reverse. They want you to be in reverse so they can take this. So it's basically saying, in layman's terms, let's bring this down from way up there to down here. If you see someone struggling at work who needs to create a project or do a project, and they're languishing, what they're wanting you to do is they're wanting you to rush in and use up all of your energy to do something for them. And then, because they know that you'll do it. Your goal is not to do that. Your goal is to say, oh yeah, I can help you, but I'm not going to do it for you. I'm not going to put myself in that danger. Same thing. It's applied everywhere right here in the end of the month. So with this mischief energy, don't run towards mischief. Don't run towards anything that just seems like stupid. Focus on yourself. Focus on your fortune right here. You have beauty and you have answers. Someone could be trying to affect your beauty. But here's the thing. Beauty comes from inside. So I feel like if they can make you a hateful, bitter person, then, you could lose that. But here's the thing. You have your answers right here. You have all the answers that you need for the end of this month. If someone is trying to convince you to do something, don't do it. If your friend says, well, I've already done it, I've already gotten it, I've already have it, then that's something that you need to be concerned about right there. If an old friend reaches out to you, be concerned about that. Why are you reaching out to me now? What's going on? And if they start saying, oh, I'm in such a bad situation, I need help, maybe you should come and help me, blah, 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 no. Answers, creating through the ashes with the skull of flowers. Zombie, control, because people want control. They need you to go into the full energy. Basically, they need you to transition over to nothing in order to be reborn again. But here's the thing, you shouldn't do that. Creating through the ashes with zombie control. I saw a really weird movie a long, long time ago. It worked off the system of when someone died, you know how they leave energy around? Someone was using some type of particle thing to collect those souls to try to put them inside of this specialized zombie, and they were able to do that. That's kind of what I'm seeing right there. Skinas, torch, knowledge, new outlook, creation, understanding, ideas, inspiration, and visions. Spiritual meaning is inner guidance and enlightenment. So regardless of if someone was sending me bad news or not, it was still a warning regardless. Answers. Open your mind, connect with the higher power, broaden your horizons, and invoke wisdom. I want to pull a couple more cards for you. I know that this reading's got really long, but I feel like I want to pull a couple from this deck because it's saying to invoke wisdom, to hear inner guidance, and see enlightenment right here. So I'm going to pull a couple more cards. All right, these cards don't want to go back in, so we're going to take them. You have the Eight of Swords with the Fool. Cocoon yourself right here. Cocooning yourself in the Eight of Swords sparks the new Fool energy. It sparks the new cycle. They need, or you need to make sure that you can bind yourself whenever you need to bind yourself. I feel like in a way someone is also trying to bind you. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't think it does. No, it balances everything out. Maybe that's what you need to do, is you need to like get a grip on your own energy, get a grip on your own emotions. Two of Swords. Get a grip, balance out the situation, put yourself in a cocoon, and then move forward when you have all of the answers. Even though it seems urgent, it very well might be, it might even be a matter of life and death. But your Seven of Pentacles is that, you know, you're still growing things. You're still the sunlight. Regardless of what it is, the sun still grows the Seven of Pentacles because the pentacles represent plants. And without the sun, these die. One more. I feel like no matter how much it hurts, you're going to have to walk away from that situation or stay put with the Three of Wands and watch it from afar. Or at least allow the situation to come to you. As much as, you know, it hurts you to watch this situation play out, that person, whatever is happening, whatever, I don't think there's really anything that you can do for them except use your information to help move them towards you. Son of Pentacles with the Ace of Cups. Yeah, move them towards you. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this reading, and I'll talk to you later.